Demetrius are coming on too.
Oh, really?
Philip Demetrius, remember?
What? I sure.
Diana asked him to come on. We're live, you know. So you can't
We're
follow.
live.
You can't
Hi,
follow.
everybody.
Yeah,
And everybody missed me.
Yeah, they're supposed to miss you. A long time you don't come on the show.
Not true.
Then I'll fire you Saturday morning.
She did.
Yep.
That's not nice.
Yep. That boy, she fire you. Hello, everybody. How do you do? It's a great Tuesday evening, and I am here with the beautiful Diana Ross. Good evening to you, Diana Ross. How you do?
I'm good. I'm here.
Living live and in living color, right?
Yeah.
Well, we say we had a wicked Saturday morning the other day, man.
What happened?
Talk about coffee.
Coffee, like the coffee.
Coffee and they talk about coffee and milk. So me tell them something love coffee and condensed milk. That's instant coffee and condensed milk. That's the only way I drink coffee. Most people want it brewed. So
fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but do it with I think in Europe they do it with the little pots. My friend used to do it. She's from Ukraine. But she used to do it with the little pots and
That's what Diana was saying, that's how she brew for her one, you know. They can't keep it. You just buy the $12 buckler, what you call it, the other one. Instant coffee.
Instant coffee. But that's not real coffee.
What do you mean not real coffee?
That's not real coffee. Are we live?
Yeah.
That's the pop-up on Jamaica. People, are we live?
Let me tell you, if we're live anywhere, we're live on. Yep, we are on YouTube, so that means we're everywhere. A wonderful Tuesday evening to you, you and yours and everybody wherever you are. I think I may have chased Diana off the show, and she gone to come back. I think I don't know, because she was here and then all of a sudden she's gone and leave me with that. See what I mean? She leave you with what? Yeah, she leave us and gone, and then all of a sudden come back. Must be dopey shower or something like that.
Hey, Papa.
Good evening, Diana Davis Smith. How are you?
I am tired. Thank you very much for not appreciating my efforts to be here. But I'm happy that the people are out there are saying thanks for coming. And then come help them understand my challenge. So they are welcome.
I'm using this one.
What's using this one?
Oh, sorry.
Welcome, Mr. Adrian, to the show as well. Him having his own conversation, and that's fine.
Yeah, I check on my phone. My phone I have bring up.
Diana, is it raining in Jamaica?
Well, not where I'm at.
But is it raining somewhere?
Yeah, somewhere it's raining, just not where I'm at. I don't think so. Today was a nice day. Today is one of those days when the skies were truly blue. You could see clearly.
You can see clear down at Damascus.
Yeah, you're gonna see it. If it was in other areas, you could say all the way down a Kaka swamp.
I am going on ladies and gentlemen, we're just here chit-chatting. So you can join our conversation, right? You can join our conversation. We're just here, shooting the breeze until the show starts. I dare say I love my Diana and I love my Michelle, and I'm glad to have Michelle back on the show. She's been absent for about 3 weeks or 4 weeks, and
you dock her pay.
And then Diana told me to fire her on Saturday morning and fire her backside, but we can stay far. We can't stay far. So I go. And
everybody know that there's no truth to that.
VMS up, good evening to you. Jesse Smith, good evening to you. You know, we have a young man coming on tonight at 8:30, right? 9:30, right?
Oh, really? Who?
His name is Philip Demetrius.
Oh, Philip.
Yes.
We have that conversation about, you know, that big C and the challenge.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, Philip Demetrius coming on tonight, and we are going to have some, I don't know about fun, but some we call it exciting conversation.
We're going to be enlightened. We're going to have some enlightening conversation.
Intriguing conversation. We're not hearing you, Michelle. So please, you have to, you know, I know that you've been talking a long time, but you
Oh, you hear me now?
we can't hear you now.
Maybe
Yeah.
now saying there's nothing fun about cancer.
That's what
I guess education or something.
Information and yes.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Misha Thompson, good evening to you. How are you? It's great to see you. So, Dana,
Yes.
what's going on with our PM and this chapter land thing? Tell me about it. What?
Well, they did a research, and it said that there are over 700 squatter communities in Jamaica, and they pick one and they drive past all the others and went
Dan, stop it!
One. You asked me to give you an update, and I'm telling you. And so they buck down one, and then after they buck it down, on instructions they buck it down, and then he goes and say, "Oh,
I love you.
Yeah, I don't like buck down." You know, let me tell you the truth. I kind of feel, when I think of it, I feel like this must be what it is to be in an abusive relationship, where the man, or in this instance, like I said, the woman beat the man. She just get up and beat him, give him a good beating, broke him up, left him almost for dead. And then she come back and said, "Mwah, you know me love you." Mwah, mwah.
Yes, here's the sex.
Yes. That's not easy.
Not even sex. He just has to say, all right, you know what? I'm gonna give you something.
Promise.
We're gonna forget about it next week. So let me just tell you now in front of the camera.
Me never
We're gonna try work with it.
But I true, you know.
I know. I did not send them to do it. It was me. It was a devil in me that did it. But, I saw it go.
So, I mean, I feel that one. But, so that is that one. But what I really saw today now is where the Broadcasting Commission say no songs that, let me try to find the article in there.
Aliyah Jinxie.
Yeah, Leo, cause all of this foolishness now that I am seeing here from the what them name Broadcasting Commission. The Broadcasting Commission say I go ban all songs that talk about Molly, Polly, or anybody, and any song that talk about scamming and gun violence.
It says here, any audio or video recording, live song or speech which promotes and glorify scamming, illegal use and abuse of drugs, Molly, illegal and harmful use of guns and other offensive weapons, jungle justice, or any other form of illegal or criminal activity. It also says any edited song which directly or indirectly promotes scamming, illegal guns, illegal or harmful use of guns and any other offensive weapons, jungle justice, or any other form of illegal criminal activity. This includes live editing and original edits by the producer or label, as well as the use of near-sounding words, anything with sound close, or substitute for offensive lyrics, expletive, or profane language. Big time.
Well, let me tell you, when I read all of that, I said, yeah, pure Skeeter Davis now.
Foolishness. That's just power radio. Okay? That now stop Wagwan in the dance hall because the dance hall play more music than radio. And that stop Wagwan on the internet. That now stop Wagwan on stage show. That's the broadcast commission does not have any control over what's going on in. They can say you can't play on commercial radio. That's all they can say. Not.
So they can't stop it on YouTube.
No.
If
So
I
they
have a
can't
dance,
stop it.
No.
I can play
They
what
can only stop their members in Jamaica. This has been going on for a long time, you know. From back in the early 70s, radio stations were not allowed, and 60s too, not allowed to play certain kind of songs. They get loose recently and forget the law that was there. But it's been all there, it's been there all this time.
Yeah,
Right.
that's true. Because when in the 90s, you couldn't play like certain Lady Sauce song. You couldn't play certain Bounty Killer. They always banned songs, but they still play them on the
A
bus.
long time songs
They still
about.
play them on taxi. I guess they want to send a message.
You want to hear
Listen
good
to
songs on
radio.
taxi? Not taxi and bus driver.
I'm telling you.
So, all right. So just to be clear, you're saying that if I go into my taxi, I could possibly hear this and it wouldn't be an offense. It's just on the radio.
It's on the
Anybody
radio.
paid for radio licenses today,
Right,
Broadcasting Commission can't play it.
right.
But do we, what do we do with a song that says, murderer, bodies on your shoulder?
Beat up your woman and stuff.
Okay, so we can't play those.
You
So
can't play those on air. You can't play those on commercial radio, commercial.
Or they can't clean up the music. You can't clean up the music and play it.
It's not going to be because dancehall is dance. And they can only stop it in Jamaica. Music can play America and London and bigger than what going in Jamaica.
and
It
we
don't really matter, seriously. Jamaica just play with American music at Jamaica.
Anyway, me just look forward to radio being clean and speak.
Okay.
Exactly, because I did not
Basic.
understand any of the music we're going right now. I'm glad them are cleaning up. So I don't mind.
But
I didn't
try.
understand a word.
I'm really being sarcastic here.
No, I'm serious. I don't understand a word.
Oh, well,
Then
I
you
don't
play
understand.
better
Most
music.
of the time, the rhythm, it has a nice beat to it, and you want to rock with it. And also because it is advancing the local culture. Are we then saying that our culture is so barbaric that we are not wanting to advance it? Is that what we're saying? Are
No,
we
I think they're just being particular. Molly, we shouldn't be.
I
children
think
shouldn't
you
taking
should.
Molly.
Jacqueline Rowe is.
What we're gonna do about cannabis and ganja and the weed for bone? What we're gonna do with all
Well, we not kill nobody.
Ganja fi burn.
so we're gonna do it burning.
Gone. Jacqueline Rowe wants you, Diana, to talk about Molly. What is Molly? She says, "What the hell is Molly?" I have a friend named Molly.
I have two friends named Molly, and I know it's not them say we're not.
It is pills. Like people take pills, pharmaceutical pills. They take it. They don't really know what type of pill it is.
Now then
but
take it
they're
and mix it
taking
up.
them.
Take it and mix it up.
Yeah,
And
and
mash it
they
up and
have a
mix it up.
high. It gives them a high, but it really endangers the body.
to make them high and be in this elevated
France, yeah.
when they go out, particularly to partying. So when people go out partying, they have these drugs that is a combination of all kind of things unholy. And I don't know why they call it Molly. Why they never call it Polly?
Well, I'm a US thing and they copy everything from the US, but it's a danger for the younger generation because they're the ones taking it and partying hard.
Right.
But I don't think the song will stop them from take the Molly, you know.
Hello, Joni De La Plata. Good evening to you. She says, good evening, Diana Davis Smith, and also Michelle. Good to see you, Michelle. And she
Hi, Joni.
put my name last down at the bottom.
Leo, she never even mentioned you.
She mentioned me twice, so I know somebody missed me.
Exactly.
Somebody missed me.
Mish, we all missed you, and we all were very mindful of all that was happening with you, and we're happy that you're back. Really, really happy to have you back. Which means
Thank you.
there's some improvement, and we're happy for that. So now make Leo tell you otherwise. But you know how he
But no say oh Leo still, Leo say love me and he wants me to be here. So
Ooh.
What's on the news, Diana?
Well, all right. So that's was one thing on the news. Clarendon College remains unbeaten on their Doncaster Cup pursuits. So far,
What's on? Well, I mean, what's on the news? I'm not. What is on the news?
Because one school at Chilani, they do exceptionally well. William
Trelawney,
Nib.
hold on. Did you hear?
William Nib.
Did you hear the mass shooting that took place in Trelawney a couple of days
What kind
ago?
of mass shooting? Not just 3 people get killed. That's not a mass
kind of
shooting.
mass-
What going to Clarendon? Look what going to Clarendon and
Clarendon
Kingston.
don't have a thing, you
So
know.
on the stop, make Chilani look bad.
When something happened in Clarendon, it was people from Portland and St. Mary. who
Exactly. And these people not from Chilani, they come from Mobile.
Exactly. So don't bother come point no finger.
Exactly.
What that school name again? Westwood.
William Nib. Oh, Westwood, we're doing well. We're in the choir competition.
Yes.
We're doing well.
Okay.
Let's
So-
highlight the good. We know you're jealous of Trelawney, you know, Leo. Because St. Mary could never be a Trelawney. So
Anyway, I saw what is on the news, Diana Davis Smith.
Well, part of the news says that there's a probe has been launched into the illegal land sales by persons linked to political parties. You see, when I'm saying that people will buy because of trust and that sort of thing, the IMF said that beyond 2023, there's going to be a fallout in the global economy, which means that the diaspora will have to send more money to Jamaica to mine us.
I mean, increase it from 3 billion to 6 billion, right?
Yes, so it's going to be really pathetic.
I just touch upon that before you go on. Did you see this lady that was cursing on the diaspora saying they only send $100? Did you see that video?
No.
So when can they send $100? Nobody send it. Can't do nothing for them. Are we wicked? Oh, for they send that to our family.
$100.
$100.
Because the truth is that you can't really go very far with 100. By the time it come, you have to pay a fee for get it. So if you send $100, then probably go and get, I don't know, about $80 worth of money.
How about appreciating and not feeling like you're entitled? We don't have to do anything.
That's true. Thanks.
Remember, we have Demetrius, Philip Demetrius, coming up at 9:30 tonight. He's going to talk about his challenges with the big C, and he's going to tell us, you know, all of what went on, how we got through this, and he's doing pretty well now. He came out of the hospital probably about, his last one was probably about a month ago, right, Dana?
Mm-hmm.
And he's doing pretty well.
Well, VM said, yes, I saw it. He saw the video. Jacqueline, just joking. Oh, Jacqueline said, don't tarnish my parish, Clarendon. Clarendon tarnish themselves.
As far as Clarendon is concerned, we don't have to tarnish anything. And we have to be looking at the newspaper every day. I mean, every day we just have to be looking at the newspaper.
Keep telling you that it's because una send una people who don't belong to Clarendon, down to Clarendon, and them causing all these problems.
No, if you say
which school you went to, she said she come from Clarendon. Which school you went to?
who, me or she? Oh, Clarendon. Clarendon.
Oh, which school you went to?
Jacqueline.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, YouTube people not saying anything. YouTube, I see you.
Yes, you two people. Why are they not saying anything?
So, ladies and gentlemen, he had prostate issues.
Why you telling the story? Wait until him come.
Hey, like he's so eager.
I want him to know that it's coming up. I really want him to know that it's coming up. It's an important conversation. We're
Yeah, we
having
hear you.
a live
We hear
person
you.
on the show who has been through the mud pretty much and has made it back, wash off himself, and no more mud that upon him. So we're happy, very, very happy, and I can't wait to have a discussion.
Yeah.
I see. You can't wait. Or can we wrap up some of the news before he gets on?
Well, let's talk about one of the issues that she spoke about today, because one of the things that I said over the weekend was that the first thing the government should have paid attention to is who's selling the land. That's paramount. The only way you can stop that thing is that you find, listen to this. The PM went into Parliament and made an announcement that gangs are selling land. Now, first of all, why did you have to make such an announcement and you haven't locked up anybody yet, right? So you just send the prisoners, the thief them, the gang them where sell, send them off and go hide now. They go disguise themselves, right? How do you take the police's strategy and put it in a parliament for the news to know. Everybody know now, you know. And so the first thing that they should have done was to speak out who's selling land, and so that they can lock up somebody and then go to parliament to talk. Because
did he say that in parliament? I didn't watch the whole parliament, but I just saw the part where he said the land was to be developed.
No, man.
He said about the criminal them. I know the media said that a day before.
No, man. In the parliament last week, Wednesday, he said that gangs that take over the sell things down, the land them down there, whatever. And it come to pass that, you know, just a day or two later that them go tear down the thing them. So my stand is that they should have first gone and take away the head of the snake, so that they can, after that, they will have the people that know to say, okay, other man they sell me, other man they sell me. But then
okay, it starts just not add up, because even though you said that, and he said that in parliament, because the Minister of Information posted on his Twitter that they gave the people notice that they should vacate the area, like months ago, I think from March, and that they're going to do development. So if that's the argument about these people and criminals selling property, why didn't they do that from March? Because they gave the people notice from May to vacate. So I don't think it had anything to do with no criminals selling any property.
Oh no, it just have to do with Vaz. There's a news report today that says Vaz, Daryl Vaz, said that remember, let me find this report. I don't want to misquote him. Let me see if I can find it. 1 second. Gleaner. I don't want to misquote this gentleman.
You better not. We don't want to be sued.
I know.
I want to read a letter to the editor. The letter, it was in yesterday's Gleaner, and it says, I agree with the urban planner Carl Archer, who did not support the demolition of houses near Clifton. Dr. Archer echoed the point that affordable shelter is a right of all Jamaicans. Recently, the government began demolishing houses illegally built on captured lands. People watched in despair as their dwellings were demolished. Squatting is a problem which affects the entire country. It is a byproduct of the state of affairs of the country, the economy, poor planning, and governance. And I also want to stop it here. Seeing the PM on site the next day, hugging and empathizing with the resident was a poor public relations attempt for damage control.
Very poor. Especially when he uttered the solutions that he could provide the people with. I'm like, why you never provide them with this solution before you knock down their homes? So it have nothing to do with what they're saying. The more than likely, it's already earmarked for the development, which is, and the developers want to move ahead. Because we see properties in Kingston where the government have court orders that tell the people to demolish it because they're in violation of certain codes, that, you know, everything incorrect. And up to now, those no bulldozers go up there to get rid of this property. And then I see like property in Nicaragua where you have like villas where they're tied up in court same way, because the guy saying, I own my land, you build your villa, you know, all these things, get off my land. They're saying, no, we have it. But you don't see anybody going in, knocking it down. They're going through the court process. So why they didn't give these people an opportunity to go through the process? Because this is how you do it. And people are cheering. But to me, everybody starts off with some squatter land. It's just that you might not know your family history.
Right.
For most time, you start with get a title.
And some of them were active participants in the squatting and illegal occupation of other property that they have acquired because they have the means to do that. They too, lots of them have squatted. But this newspaper, this letter continues and says, every human being deserves the right to live in a decent space. Our surroundings affect our mental state and how we interact socially. So we talk about all these social ills that we have. When you demolish these 10 families' houses, these are, let us say, 5 people in each house. It's 50 mad people more you put out there. If we live in filth, it affects us. We will be inclined to act and interact accordingly. We are all affected somehow. And
we all are. And the thing, and Yeah, and every time they have a different argument as to why, because then they said, okay, we need to build roads and we need to build electrical wiring and, plumbing. But they've been doing it for all other communities that they're just developing. They
But
give
let
them
me ask you this.
opportunity.
I'm going to withdraw anything that I just said because I can't find
See,
it.
when they want to be sued, you're
Right. Whatever I said, just about Daryl Val or whatever, I'm pulling it back because I can't find it, the article, and I hope that I find it by Saturday
There
morning.
are public people who are watching.
Uh-huh.
Video has withdrawn. We can't find the article, but
Yes.
it's not unusual that we find an article 1 minute here. But say that we just want to tell you, we're sorry.
Well, let me ask you this, Diana. Isn't this the same? Isn't this the same community? I'm asking. Isn't this the same community where Portia Miller a couple of years ago gave certificates of ownership to?
There, I don't know if it's the same community, but it is land belonging to the Sugar Corporation of Jamaica.
Right.
And some years ago, that administration gave land to persons who have occupied the land for a number of years.
Yes.
Have worked the land for a number of years. And so there's a decision taken by the Sugar Research Code, I don't remember what the name of it. And they did give extra pieces of these property to people there.
And I've seen in the past that they have done it. Like I remember, because I'm in Trelawney, so I know where they go out and they say before, we can help you get your title, and they tell people how it's done and to see if they qualify to assist them with getting the title to the property that they have captured. But it's just so heartbreaking to see how majority of Jamaicans are acting like, oh, no, say that's where no family come from. And, like, oh, no, can't come up with 800. Like I saw somebody say, oh, you can come up with $800,000. In a heart for somebody will have a goal and say, this is what we go sell what, we go raise support, what then do like partner draw, then do all these things. Exactly, to get the money. So in a heart, that's how people survive. And then barter with people, and then buy a couple blocks. That's how Jamaica build house. Then build one room at a time. Sometimes then they build a bathroom till after the house done. You see them use outside toilet. You know what I mean? That is how people build. So they can't be like, oh, they have the money and then they can't go. No, I just saw people standing because living at their lifestyle. Are you just so out of touch with your family background? Because not everybody come from uptown. Let some of your parents see from country go a town. And just not bringing it back to our country. But
so hear this now, Diana and Michelle. The first question is squatting illegal or is it legal? Because if it is illegal, the government has no right to give ownership whatever time in a life. If it's illegal to squat, you don't say something is illegal and then after 7 or 10 years you give them right to ownership. That don't make any sense. That means you giving them right to ownership means that it is okay to do this.
Well, squatting is illegal, but you have something called adverse possession that exists on the books.
I agree.
So it is illegal and you have to meet the requirement.
That's why I'm asking.
Equity.
If it is illegal, why do you turn around? First of all, there's parish council, right? Who monitors local land ownership, any kind of building that's taking place on it. Why is it that they wait until these people build land? Why didn't they recognize before, once the building starts, that you're not supposed to be putting something up here, so? Why is it that, are they going through and building these homes to a code, a construction code in Jamaica? Did they go through the parish council to build these things? How come they build such a big structure, such a big community without the parish council knowing? And why is it that all of a sudden now it's gone down? It's a lot of questions you need to ask. It just doesn't happen like that.
Well, the thing with Jamaica is, and I like a lot of questions, we all know what's happening. It's just that they need the land. And if they never need the land, they would have stayed right there with their big old house, 20 house per one plot, they don't care. But parish council, that is their duty too, to go in and investigate. And I don't know why they didn't do it.
Of course.
They haven't done it, and we see it happen all over where
Of
people are
course.
building these huge mansions.
Yes,
But-
parish council is supposed to know where every construction in them local community
And
is.
stop it.
And stop it once it starts because they never get the approval.
Yeah,
How
so
do
they
you
have
allow
permits.
land to be built on somebody's land? I mean, house to be built on somebody's land and you don't stop it?
Massive paperwork.
Why are we calling the parish council instead of breaking down the people? Why don't we call the parish council and say, parish council, what happened here? How come no, they don't all start bill and nothing now go on? You see, no warning goat, no construction, rescinding of whatever. What? Why?
Well, and really foolishness is just that they didn't care. As I said, they need the property to do whatever they're doing, the development that needs to take place. If nothing was going to take place, they would have left it. They don't care. 'Cause when I see some house catch up on some in a river and everything, I'm like, why parish council allow this to be built in rivers when you have hurricane and flood out?
If they own the land, they can't do it. Nobody
No,
can.
but I'm saying, no, even if they own the land, you have to have proper structure in place and they have to have certain codes, you have to have it. So when people that build in the middle of the river and then you see hurricane come and wash away here, then cry are in a gully, the parish council is supposed to go out and make sure and maintain these things and make sure everybody have their permit. So they're not doing their job.
So you're saying what I'm saying.
And when election time come, they come and tell people foolishness. But all I'm saying is, we see in Kingston. We see in Kingston where they build all these big structures, but violate every single code in the book, and nobody doing nothing.
So why are they tearing down? Why are they tearing down the people in building? If they allow them to build up, why are you allowing tearing it down? You know, that would be a big answer in the point.
Yeah, it boils down to being poor, ignorant to the law. That's why it boils down to. They do not know the law. They're not educated about the law. They don't know their rights. So that's why they go and do whatever because they don't know what rights they have. Somebody have to go in and educate them. And that's the thing. You have a lot of lawyers there that need to take the time to educate people within the community about their rights and have the more seminars. Because if these people are aware of actions that they could have taken, they would have taken it before and gone to court from these notices were going out. Because if they're saying, I paid this guy for the land, so I have the right. If they had were knowledgeable, they'd have gone to a lawyer and said, could you look into this? Could you tell me why they're saying I'm here illegally? And find out what's going on, you know what I mean? But they were ignorant. They want to do it. As I said, when you go uptown, these properties are being built and nothing is being done. They have court order to demolish.
Why don't you give her Diana time to talk? Look how long she had tried to she had a clap. She had a clap.
Because we're right.
She's taking away all the time that she missed in the past couple of weeks, right?
No, not true. They chat out everything, but it kind of irritating to me exactly what happened. And it just kind of shameful. But Dr. Diana, show some insight. What's going on in Clarendon?
Not a thing happening in Clarendon. We have no squatters. I just want to say though that I think that I agree with you both that something went awry, but at the end of the day, I don't know that we have the capacity within the parish councils to monitor all projects that are taking place. And secondly, even if we did have them, the capacity, and I speak for the capacity because very often you have to remember that these persons who become counselors are not necessarily trained in any area of what they are
nothing
manage and monitor. And then you don't have people who monitor and evaluate anything across this country.
But then you just tell me the other day, so the people them had the capacity to pass Kingston, 3 Mile.
Yes, but I'm speaking about the
downtown.
Yes, they pass all of those because they don't have the capacity to monitor. So they look at those other structures and evaluate that this had the very same traits as the one that they were heading to. So for me, we have to remember that, again, I say that politicians and people who are offering themselves for service must have some basic capacity. They must be trained to a particular level before they can come to be authority on something. So when a thing comes to them, those people who are sitting in these parish councils in appointed or elected positions must understand the law. And too many of them are there from the top right down to the bottom. Plus the
They don't
ones
know nothing.
they don't know nothing and they're not qualified for anything. Plus the other ones who should be coming in with first degree, who come with JSE. The others who should be coming with JSE, who come with grade 6 certificate.
But you can't be blanketing the whole system like that, you know. What if the rule is you don't have to have no education to be a councilman? I mean,
Well, then we need to fix that because
okay,
there's no value in my taking my time to send my them to school to get educated so that the decisions for the country can be made by the illiterate, the untrained, and the haughty ones, simply because of color, because of some political affiliation or political insight or badmanism.
well,
Yeah.
It needs to change.
But even if they don't have the knowledge, just get a team of people around you that know about city
And
planning,
them got to go hire a team,
engineer.
is more money on
Exactly.
this for them not to bother go for the position. They must come with some basic.
But they can't know everything though.
ladies and gentlemen, we have a guest who can't be going on like that on the show, and we have guests on the show.
Philip, no way.
You can't be you know, going like that, a fight on the show like that, and we have guests. We don't have
They always extra with a fight. And Philip, no way.
I'm little manners,
no
man.
way.
No.
Philip, no way.
Diana, introduce Philip.
Philip Demetrius is joining us. He resides when Philip living in Florida.
Florida.
Florida. He's really from Manchester, Jamaica, right next to Clarendon. But him right next to Clarendon, so him safe and good. He's a Manchester man. He visits his island regularly. But Philip had this month, which is October, we're celebrating Cancer Awareness Month. And so Philip has agreed to come and share his story about his challenges as a cancer survivor. Philip, welcome. Michelle, I miss anything?
Oh no, Philip, turn out. You're on mute. So unmute.
Philip, unmute.
Are you hearing me?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
man.
hearing you now.
Yay!
Philip, you need to look this way, not the other way. So turn.
First of all, what I want to say to Philip is that we, as a trio, have followed you through your hospital visits. You win the thing them over your mouth, or you know, and we watch you try walk and all of them things there. So we follow you all the way. So we're glad to see you. We're glad that you're able to come, and we're glad that you decided to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the invitation.
So
Yeah,
Philip,
man.
tell us which school you went to, which high school you went to.
It's not Clarendon College.
I know the unfortunate situation that it was not Clarendon College.
And it's not Westwood either.
I'm just going to add something to where I was born.
Yes.
Not St. Mary and not Clarendon, but it was Closer Spring in Trelawney.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
So, and then I moved from, I went to, because, also Spring Hospital was the nearest to us, where we live in Northeast Manchester. So then we moved to Muirhead, which is a small village in near Pike in Northeast Manchester. So it's between Christiana and Troy.
Okay.
I have 5 sisters and 4 brothers, but unfortunately the 4 brothers has passed.
Oh,
sorry to
My
hear.
5 sisters are still here. Right.
can I ask you what were their challenges? Why did they, how did they die?
The oldest one died from a stroke, complications. The youngest one died from colon cancer, and second to the oldest, he had committed suicide.
Oh.
Yeah, so
I think
that was a rough time for us there.
yeah.
So,
Okay.
but my sisters, they're all in, three's in Jamaica and two is up here.
Okay. All right. Philip, as when you said that you were born in Also Spring, as just about to tell the audience that you had to leave the show because
So nobody know.
But he's frozen.
Philip.
He's been having some challenges.
Oh, but we're happy to have Philip share. Let me tell you, one of the hardest things for people to reckon with is when a family member commits suicide. It's one of the hardest things to deal with. Had a stepson who did earlier this year, and it really is a hard thing to talk about.
You had a stepson that did it earlier this year?
Yeah.
You said nothing.
I know.
Wow.
It was hard to deal with. Philip, we've lost him. I hope you're on mute now, Philip.
Yeah, unmute.
Okay, sorry about that. My internet is acting up. Sorry.
Okay, so before I get cut off, I want to jump into it. How did you find out you had cancer? And what?
Okay, that's a good question, because what happened is that, as I said, I have three sisters, two sisters who have breast cancer, and my younger brother had colon cancer. It happened one day. I don't remember what I was doing, but then I remember I felt a lump below my right breast. And I called my sister and I was saying, you know something, I feel a lump here, but I'm not going to be worried about it. And she said, no, you better go check it out. So, long story short, I went to work one day and I my of mine's PA and need to go to my primary doctor and ask him for a mammogram. So I went to the primary doctor. He was not very willing to do that because, he said I'm a young person and he doesn't think, it's anything like that. Anyway, I persuaded him to allow me to do it. And when I did, they told me I have to have a biopsy. And I had the biopsy, and then from the biopsy, it resulted in that I had diffuse large B-cell lymphoma. So
Okay, so where was that on your breast? Where was that?
it's not actually on the breast; it was below the breast.
Okay.
And because I thought it was breast cancer, but then when she checked it out, it was not. So it falls into the group of blood cancer type.
Okay.
Lymphoma. Yeah.
So
lymphoma.
I'm interested in, that's a great question, Michelle. I'm interested in how you felt. Describe how you felt when they found that out.
That was interesting because I was at work because I did the mid shift, 3 to 11. And I remember when I checked my phone, I saw there was a missed call from the doctor who did the biopsy. That was Friday. So I was a little nervous now. So after work, I called her. But she's a Jewish doctor. So she turns her phone off until Saturday after 6. So I waited, and then after 6 on Saturday, she called me. And she told me of the diagnosis. And I'm telling you, it was like deja vu. I just couldn't believe it, And I had to, because I traveled on the train. I was living in Deerfield. So I went on the train and I was like lost. And I reached home and I called my supervisor. I told her, what the situation was. And right away she said, okay, take the time off and get yourself sorted out. And the next day I went to the primary doctor, and he referred me to a doctor at Memorial West. the Moffett Cancer Center. And to be honest with you, the transition was so good for me because once he contacted the doctor, I was assigned to have a PET scan. I was assigned to a nurse navigator, and that's the person who will, guide me through the process that I'll be going through. I was even assigned a minister for spiritual,
Guidance.
yes, guidance. So the resources was right there. And then when I went to the oncologist now, he was on it. He didn't delay. The next day I started preparation for the treatment.
Mm. Wow.
Oh,
How long since this diagnosis, Philip?
Okay, it happened exactly March 17, 2020. Because at work we were just getting ready for COVID to turn our area into a COVID unit.
Uh-huh.
And so I luckily for me, I was not exposed to that. So because I was off for a year since then.
Okay, so
Oh.
when you get diagnosed, like what stage was it? Do you know, or was it a stage, or it was just
Well, with this type of disease, it has 4 stages. Unfortunately, I was stage 4.
what?
Oh, yeah, stage 4.
So,
Because
Philip, let me ask you again. How did you come to feel it? You just feel something
yeah, I
strange?
just feel a little thing here, like under the skin, like a node,
Uh-huh.
not like a node,
You
and
say
then
about because you have the medical treatment, but what would I feel as a layman? I would I just feel a bump?
a bump, right? Yeah, a
Okay.
bump,
yeah, if you know your
and
body, know your body. So anything
yeah.
unusual.
But then I thought it was an abscess, so I said,
Mm.
we'll just go and get it drained and stuff.
What
But when I tried that, nothing came out.
so it hurt when you
Yeah,
touched it.
it did hurt. It was like painful. But the interesting part was, I thought they were going to do like a surgery or something to cut it off. But then the doctor said no, they have to use chemotherapy.
Oh.
And so I got like a 6 cycles
Mm-hmm.
of chemo.
Mm-hmm.
And I was shocked. One day I got up and I looked. There was absolutely nothing.
What?
It was, yeah, it was back to normal. Even now it's like that. So the practitioner was telling me that, the medication will shrink it
Yes.
until it disappears, right?
So
So
When you
my
say that you've had 6 thing of treatment, does
treatments.
that mean 6 sessions or 6 months? What?
6 sessions every 3 weeks.
Okay, so every 3 weeks for 6 such events.
Yeah, 6 cycles. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So
Oh,
people who do
oh,
this kind of thing usually they get super black, or they lose their hair. All of your hair fall off from everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Well, yes. I have no hair.
You know, you're the question I was asking about.
this is the easy. But on a serious, on another question, like in regards to, I know you went through
Yeah.
your treatment. I know it was maybe rough, but what helped you to get through it? Like, was it your
Okay.
friends, your fit, like, you know?
Well, to be honest, I had a positive mental attitude throughout, from in the beginning up to this point, and that really helped me a lot. I remember when I came home the night, and I was just like restless, and I said, "Lord, what am I going to do?" You know, and it's just like someone was saying, let your friends know. So I posted it on Facebook, and I'm telling you, from I post that, it was like everybody was just with me.
Yes,
So I felt, I didn't feel alone.
yeah,
Mhm.
that's the key. Having that
Yeah.
mental. I am curious though. What do you think caused that? Is that the hereditary through your family, or was it your diet? What did they say? What did they?
Well, they don't have a specific cause for it because if you notice, the unique thing with my family is that, and I used to think about it, that the three youngest of my siblings have cancer. So I was saying, oh well, I guess it passed me, you know.
You
And
talk
then
too quick, Philip.
I know. Then it came around to my turn, and I just had to accept and the treatment. The thing though, if I didn't accept the treatment, probably I wouldn't be here talking because that's one of the major thing
And
to
also
take care.
having had a diagnosis at stage 4, there usually isn't very much hope. But I really,
And my age too had a contributing factor.
so it was an advantage as well.
No, it would be a
Well,
country.
disadvantage because the
Oh,
younger people,
oh, you're
he,
saying
he
that you're
told
old. Okay, okay.
me, yeah.
But all right,
So,
I can well understand that as well. But I think, Philip, that part of your recovery rests with the fact that you're in a developed world. And I don't believe the truth is that with a diagnosis at stage 4 here in Jamaica, that
We would be talking now.
we would be taught.
right.
I mean, we could have talked to you, but
There's one.
you're not gonna answer me back. But we're
So
really happy, and I'm happy that you had the confidence to
Right.
share your struggle so openly on Facebook, because I knew every time that you were off our treatment, I knew when you're in hospital because you shared those pictures openly, and it made it easier for us to say, hey, we can't be there, but we can support you.
Right.
Like
Yeah,
in
that was very good.
hey, Philip, how
there was
you?
a down moment though, Philip.
Yes.
It may have been in July or June when it seemed like you were saying that you were unsure of the whatever it is that you're going to go through. What was that?
Okay, you see, what happened is that the first treatment was effective for a year because I was in remission for that year. And then when the second part came up now, I have a swelling at the back of my right thigh, and that's how I noticed it. And then I went to the doctor, and they, go through the same procedure where you do the biopsy, the PET scan, and all that.
So this is another place that you had it again now, Philip.
Right, it's
Oh, so
another
it's not
place.
just in the breast, below the breast, in your thigh.
Nothing. Yeah, in my thigh, the back of my right thigh. And that's the uniqueness about the stage 4. It only affects one area at a time, one area.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah, it doesn't go like to all the other areas
so you're
okay.
not
at
out
the
of
same.
you're not out of the woods yet.
Well,
Be positive.
recently I had a special treatment that they call party cell, where they take your blood, they process it, and then they reinfuse it to you.
Yeah.
That only lasted for like 90 days
Mhm.
because the swelling was not going down.
Yeah.
So now I have to start another
Oh,
chemotherapy
oh,
trial.
and
So I
then
started last Monday.
We
this
started it on Monday.
it's gonna be
Oh,
6 sessions
Yes.
as well.
okay.
Huh?
It's gonna be 6 sessions.
Yes, yes.
Okay, do another six
And
sessions.
I must add that I had radiotherapy as well in the
Okay.
What is
first.
that? What is that?
That's the where you use radiation.
No, no. Explain it to him. For no.
It's you use it's a radiology procedure, and they use the radiation to focus on the area specific.
Target the specific areas.
Yeah.
I like you have one spray gun, Leo. And you just yeah try spray you in your eye, and we just hold it on it.
Why does it have to go to my eye? Why does it have to go to my eye? Now I think I understand. So what that treatment it doesn't go damage other cells around. It just deals with that part. I think it's frozen again. Yeah.
Yes. Well, yes, Leo. So it doesn't destroy. Unlike days gone by when they would have these radiation and the whole body have to go through it to target one section. Now it can be really very targeted, as the name says.
Yes.
But I really Michelle, you're not reading the comments.
I think we should know.
You know, Liz Willis said on YouTube, in that situation, you would question why me. He was positive, he said about the situation. So you just have to hope for the best.
Yeah, and I must mention that my family was very
supportive.
To have you. Yeah.
Okay. Jesse said, welcome, Philip. Thank you for sharing. Jamaica America Association said, thank you for sharing. Jacqueline said, good night. Welcome, Philip, to the program. VM said, hi, Philip. Nice to see you. Johnny said, seems like there's a laxity on every level of oversight, accountability, land laws, and enforcement, etc. Also, we're going back to our topic. All right. They only enforce rules if it's conducive for them. Chit Chat TV. Okay, Philip frozen again?
Yeah, he's back. He's back.
No, it's frozen.
Jamaica American Association. Is that Barbara Dawkins? I think it's Barbara Dawkins. How you do, Barbara?
No. You know everybody. Chit Chat said because the rules are break a long time, that's why this happened. Johnny said, absolutely, Dr. Diana. The action was extreme and swift with no planning and no process to restore and provide assistance. This is devastating and sends a very bad message to poor.
We are reading. You know, see them the message there. With them there.
You know, to see them.
Good night.
Steve said,
program.
More comments. Steve said, me day bless up. Steve said, Chit Chat TV, because what is Chit Chat TV? Wagwan.
Jamaica American Association of Central Florida, which is a nonprofit, says, love your positive spirit. And they say also, this is Joan from Jamaica American Association of Central Florida.
Oh, Joan. Okay.
Hi, Joan, and welcome to the show. Thanks for being here and for encouraging Philip as he shares.
Positive. I like you said, like it was stage 4.
Thank you.
So it was a death sentence, and he kept on his treatment, and he is doing it. So people, is not a death sentence, you know.
No, it's certainly
exactly.
You know, you remember we were talking Saturday, Philip, about how back in the days the doctor them never used to say nothing, and then them just make you die away, right? I am so happy to hear how it was like a math problem that they knew what the answer was and they're just going through the motion bit by bit to the end, right? I am so happy that we are here so that we can talk about every phase and record it also, because I'm sure there's going to be another Philip somewhere down the line that they're going to use Philip's experience to treat somebody else. And so it is so nice to be in a space where people are so authentic, honest, and you can go day by day knowing exactly what you're going to do to resolve the problem that
and I want to mention that too, I like the fact that a lot of people are donating their tissues for them to do further testing to cure it, especially with the colon cancer. That's a major thing for our community. Even though for breast cancer, because we see breast cancer had advanced a lot. No, where you could basically take a pill. Like even they could tell us that you just need to change your diet from the get-go. Because estrogen in women produces, to make it gas. So you see all these things happening. So I do appreciate people doing all these studies, just as they say.
Yeah, and more like we're saying here, we really appreciate when people share their stories, because you really put the human face to something that we don't even talk about. And when people like Philip share their story, it really is good for the young people, for those who have gone through it, for those who are going through it, for those who just simply know somebody else who's going through it, because then you know how to empathize with them, you know really how to relate to them, how to encourage them, and to make them know that stage 4 is not a death sentence, as Michelle says. There are ways that you can get around it. Joan, who is at the Jamaica American. What is this Jamaica American Association of Central Florida?
You can't ask any question. It's a very viable organization. I have had to work with them and collaborate with them. They are part of the JD Watt family. So we're good.
Okay, I want to know what them do. Where is Central Florida to? Joan
Orlando area. Orlando area.
Oh, Orlando, your side, Michelle.
I'm in Jacksonville. I'm in North
Where is
Florida.
North Florida then?
Jacksonville.
Let's focus more on a little bit more on Philip.
Let me just read Johnny's comment. Philip,
Okay,
prayers for positive outcome on the upcoming prescribed round of therapy. Wishing you the very best of health and wellness. Yes, Leo.
How your mom and dad, did they have the same problem?
Oh, well, you see, unfortunately, I didn't know much about my parents because my mom died when I was 10 and my father died when I was 14.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
No problem.
and from what I was told, they died suddenly. So I'm not sure what was the cause.
Okay.
You know, I have some kind of something in Ulster Springs in us. I don't know why you guys are going off like that.
Yes, it's only for Ulster Spring.
I'm a
I teach
sister in
Ulster
Ulster Spring. Yes, and my
Yeah, I
dad
teach
used to live in
Ulster
Ulster Spring. All right. So
Who's
you know.
related to Ulster Spring? You don't even know where Ulster Spring is.
Oh yeah, that's
No,
it.
his sister teaches there. She's
I have
a
a teacher that
teacher.
teach, a sister that teach up there.
My mother know her.
Yeah.
The
So-
lovely Michelle is here to defend you.
Well, you have anything for us, Philip? You know, I thank you so much for spending this time with us. This is such a moment that we're happy for because we don't get to share. It's hard to find people who are willing to come on the show and talk about their challenges. You know, it's not an easy thing to talk about. It is a very difficult because some people don't want people to know their business because they don't want all that kind of stuff. But I tell you that I had a stroke back in 2008, and I know what it means to have that strong will. Because me tell my ex-wife, I tell her, I said, me now come out foot head first or foot first, whatever it was, me tell her, right? When you push out the foot first. So I'm saying, I am standing up on my foot and walk out of this place. And I spent 11 days in the ICU. 11 days. It was very bad. And the stroke that I had was one that could have taken me out easily, just like that. And so I understand what it means when you have that will. I really went through that, knowing that I'm going to come out back on my feet. And that carried me through.
Well, because it's Cancer Awareness Month and because we have Philip here, Philip, we really thank you for taking the time, for sharing your story. And like I said, for the benefit of so many others of us. So with that, until you come to host with us for another positive session, we look forward to having you on again.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for being
Thank you, Philip. And the
Thank you so
takeaway
much.
people, and the takeaway
right.
people, if anything is abnormal with their body, go check
Check
it
it out.
out. If
Yeah.
anything seems weird, go check it out.
Just one more thing is that the males are very reluctant in discussing healthcare issues. So we have to
Yeah.
try and encourage them to. We have to try and encourage them to really take a step because it's a difference between life and death.
Yes.
All right.
That's
So again, thank you for having me, and hope I help someone.
That's how important you are, Philip. You came to represent. You came to represent the people who are silent.
Right.
So, and so we're very, very happy. Very, very happy.
And I want to tell you, Philip, you did. You gave somebody hope. You did. Okay?
Yes. Thank you very much, Philip.
Thank you so much. Have a good night. All right. Thank you.
Yes.
Una man, take care of yourself. Una need to go at that.
Leo, when last I got your checkup?
Yes. I am Mama
When last I
Gram.
got your checkup? You see, I run it.
I'm gonna do a mammogram soon. How's that? I'll do a mammogram soon.
And also your prostate exam.
I'm not afraid of that. In fact, my doctor is a female doctor, and she do what she have to do. And so,
We just want to know when last you go. Make sure you do it, you know.
hey, let me see here, yeah, man.
Okay.
Hey, me a regular doctor.
Gavin is here. Gavin said peace and blessing, and he said,
I like Garfan.
yes,
Jeez.
come back because you come back. Heslop says, thank you very much, Philip. Joni says, know your body. This way you will be able to determine when something is different. Yes, and when stop say, boy, I put on like a weight, yes, and about a check and check. Or about put on the weight, because when you put on the weight, you can't check. So, no, nobody.
Yeah, and if you have constant headaches.
They might lock it down and say we advocate for nudeness.
No, man, I even have constant headaches too. Sometimes it's a sign.
That
So
I'm the smuttiest mind in America, in Jamaica, okay? Jesus.
It's all of mine, smutty. I'm the only pure man here.
Same face, Diana.
I should go with our diva next day.
I am so happy to have had Philip online, because I've asked him before, and I know that he wasn't ready yet. It was really nice to see him text me over the. I was gonna let him come in.
Let me ask him. You see, it's not everything on a man must ask other people. One must send a woman to ask these questions, and then the next person we want to go and send Michelle and bet them going to say yes.
What do you think, sir? You got Michelle pretty, because Michelle must say yes.
Yes.
Pretty too, but him say yes to me.
I mean, say yes to everybody up on the show, and he say yes in report.
Okay, so the Jamaica American Association is having a free fair this Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Yeah, health fair, free one at Silver Star Church. If you're in, I guess, Orlando area.
Well, what kind of screening the model?
Mama gram, Papa gram, every gram.
Blood test.
Money gram.
Yes. Then I do no money gram.
At what time?
No money gram.
Hey guys, it's 10:06, 10:08 or something like that. Thank you so much for being here tonight. It's been such a pleasure seeing both of you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Leah. It was a pleasure seeing your face.
So we look forward to Saturday morning.
I'll be roaming again on Saturday morning. So and I think Michelle will be roaming, but Diane won't be. Diane is the only one who's gonna be on the show on Saturday morning.
Hell about those people.
No, but we're supposed to have internet. Hopefully Jamaica internet hold up, right? Hold up.
Yes, my internet hold up where I'm at.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll come to your house. We'll come to your house.
Oh, not for tea.
All right.
Tea.
For tea.
Yeah.
All right, you come for tea, that's fine. Guys, if there's anybody out there who cares to co-host, Joni, you want to co-host with me on Saturday morning? Anybody, let me know so I can send you the details and so I can have some company. Me one kind of read news and I follow YouTube and follow Facebook.
Saturday when me the point by myself. The two of them did.
You are here by yourself?
You didn't have anything.
You must on for about 5 minutes, Michelle.
Leah, I was such dramatic. Jeez.
Such wimps, man. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here. The only wimp is not Philip and everybody else.